Oh, awesome. Fantastic. I can see that I am live. So hello, everybody. Welcome to SEPCA's Lunch with Kayleen, and also sometimes my co-host Scott Sheeler, who is the founder and CEO of SEPCA. Very excited to have you this week. Scott is not going to be able to join us this week, which is all right, because our guest, I'm so excited to interview. She's absolutely amazing in the construction industry and has done some beautiful work in the Georgia area. So I think it's going to be a very fun chat. But before we get started, thought I'd geek out a little bit. I've been teaching young students how to build, second through fourth graders. So their first time with a hammer. And I had some students today who were curious about different types of hammers. And so this is the one I'm normally building on my class with. It's my 10-inch or 10-ounce stiletto framer or finish. I love it so much. Very nice, light and easy. But then they wanted to see some other hammers, and it made me laugh because I have, this guy, but then I also have this ridiculousness. And then, I compare it also then with my stiletto 15-ounce. So it was a good hammer time. And it turns out if you say hammer time, young kids do not get that joke. Only adults get that. So note to the wise. So without further ado, I'm very, very excited to introduce Angie Barnett. And she is, I love this title. She's the main giver at 360 Specialities. And I've been able to look through some of their content and photos online. And it really is impressive, the work that they're doing. So interior finishes, which is, oh my goodness, this is definitely my jam. While I appreciate the other level of construction as far as hardscape or, the foundation and the rebar, there's something that I thoroughly enjoy about the artistry that I really enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and bring Angie on in and get this kicked off and have a very good time. So,
Kayleen, we lost Angie for a second, so keep talking and we'll bring her back in just a second.
That's fine. Hey, no big deal. I got bunches to talk about because, it is lunchtime and I'm always excited to geek out about construction things happening. So outside of Ms. Barnett and the work that she's doing with 360, she's also a part of the National Association of Minority Contractors. And I'm really excited to hear more about this organization because I've been saying for years, are you breathing? Come join us. There is a space for everyone. Really, all you have to do is be able to put oxygen in and out of your face, and we can find a place for you in the construction industry. So the fact that there's now a national organization encouraging everybody to come join us, it's really, really interesting. And so, yeah, in the meantime, goodness, well, all the things I didn't, let's see, on the fly. Here's a pretty cool trick I just learned. Sometimes when I'm working with the kids, we need to do a little bit of killing of time. So, here's this. And then
now joining us is Angie Barnett.
Oh, like a magic trick. She's back. Hi, Angie. How's it going?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Kayleen?
I'm absolutely fantastic. I'm thrilled that you're able to join us today because, like I was telling our fans, I kind of stalked you a little bit, and I think you're super cool. But before we get started, I saw your title as main giver at 360 Specialities. Can you please talk to me about your title? And then what is 360 Specialities?
It's specialties, right?
Oh,
360 specialties, yes. So 360 Specialties, we are a subcontractor, commercial subcontractor, and we specialize in interior finishes. We've worked on a lot of Atlanta's biggest projects, and we actually work all over the Southeast. So from Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina. We haven't really touched into Florida yet, but within the interior finishes scope, we specialize in drywall and ceilings. We do paint work, doors and hardware, and general carpentry. So for the most part, a lot of times we get asked to perform on scopes of work that's not really within our bailiwick, which has actually allowed us to build our capacity. So, we may do concrete sidewalks and curbs. So it really varies. We're actually a mini GC or a super sub.
I love this so much because first of all right, hang on. What is the main giver? Like, what is
main,
that mean?
The main giver, the main giver part is, I think, the servant leader in me. I love teaching. I love teaching young people. I grew up corporately in global engineering firms like Parsons and Jacobs Engineering, and in the AE field most of my corporate career. And the one thing that engineers taught me is, that TQM model, no rework, zero defects. So doing things right the first time, and just having that attention to detail. So, and you can thank my grandmother for that. She used to teach me to cook at a wee young age, and we would bake cakes, and she would, how you empty out the bowl of the batter, and she would take her finger and literally wipe it all out, not leaving any of the batter. And so, she was a whole waste not, want not. So that really stuck with me, and the idea of, the engineering model of zero rework.
I love this so much. So, okay, I have a bunch of questions, but first let's rewind just a little bit. So our fans know, can you define a little bit more? Because you say interior or commercial buildings, and I know
Yes.
exactly what you're talking about. And here's my biggest regret is that I was not afforded the opportunity to learn about commercial industrial early. I got hooked into residential, which is great. I love it. Yay home.
Yeah.
But you played with some really cool stuff. So do we have some pictures actually we can pull up of some of your work, just so our fans have a little bit of understanding on, all right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Okay, so you talked about drywall and ceilings. Now, I want our folks to know that when we talk about ceilings, it's not like a flat ceiling.
Right. Yeah.
These are out of all sorts of mediums. Do you also deal with tile?
Yeah, ACT tile, which is your typical acoustical, tile, but we've worked on projects that had very specialty type ceilings, sound clouds. They call them Textura or Acura, Tectum panels. So a lot of these new age or newfangled ceilings really deal with sound and noise pollution. And so, these are really high end and very actually not that difficult to install either.
They're very difficult to install. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but
the ACT is easy.
Yes. The skill though, coming in, the science too is fascinating. And so now that we kind of have a base, so tell me, how did you get into the industry? And why have we not hung out before? What?
Good question. I like I said, I worked in business development in the AEC industry, and one project that in my transition out into becoming an entrepreneur, I was on a team to source minority and female contractors on the Cincinnati Public Schools bond referendum to build and renovate all of their schools. And so in my interviewing of, minority and female contractors, I realized how little or how minimal amount within a tri-state area, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, that there was to choose from. And so in talking to those folks, I said, you know what? I need to really start something here. And then the recession hit, right? And so we're all out of work. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I need to create my own wealth. I had 3 young children. I need to be able to dictate my time. And so I said, you know what, I can do this. I come from a very industrious family. It's in my DNA. Entrepreneurism is in my DNA. I have that spirit. And again, I understood the process. So I'm like, so I talked my husband into it. And his family has a construction background. So, when there's a recession, you just, You know, you have to make moves. Necessity creates action.
Correct.
So that's how I got started, you know.
I love it. I love it so much because one, it's just another testament that the construction industry, I was saying earlier, are you breathing? Come join us. Like, it's a place for everybody, and we want you. You can thrive and become successful. Like,
yeah. I mean, just like anything else, hard work does pay off, right? And because I worked in business development for so many years, I understood how important relationships and building relationships it impacts or is a major factor in construction as well. And so I just, you know, use those skills, as well as I have no problems putting on a belt and going out into the field either. I love building myself, right? And so it was a really simple transition. Some of the difficulties is easy to overcome. You know, it's just a matter of focusing and, you know, just staying with it.
Is it ever? And I love how you talked or touched on the point that, you know, working in this industry is not always about wearing your bags. It's the personal relations and learning how to communicate. How much of your business do you think is communication over hands-on tools?
Oh my gosh, 50%. Because there's this saying that we use. We say we don't get paid for like installing that wall. We get paid because we documented that we installed a wall. So yes, absolutely. Communication, you know, all forms of it is absolutely necessary, and being able to get clarity of task, right?
Yes. Yeah. Is my green square the same as your green square? And let's build the same one. Yes.
Right.
So going back to building in squares. So a lot of times when we talk about construction, folks are, you know, focused on the outside of the building, and you are on the inside. So I'm going to have Mitch bring up these pictures again, because we did kind of touch on the ceiling tile, but so I'm looking at the hives. I'm so excited about some of these pictures. So what is it like when you take over a building? I mean, that's amazing. What is it like?
Yes. Oh, it is tedious. It is tedious, right? And then the coordination part can be challenging also, because you know, with the supply chain issues that we're having right now, these particular panels, you know, we had to really watch other trades and how they were, you know, if they had to go back up into the ceiling to make sure that they weren't, you know, potentially damaging this material because of the supply chain issue. You know, the lead times to get this stuff is, you know, months out. And so that was very much a part of the challenge.
Wow. And that's, you know, again, you know, you have to be on your toes. This is a very dynamic industry that's ever evolving. And I'm a little bit disconnected. I do forget, like, oh my. And is this the picture we're seeing now?
Yeah.
Is the same installation of that?
So yeah.
So good.
Yes, that's the same. Actually, it's one of our largest projects that we've ever participated on. It's at Atlantic Yards, right over in the Atlantic Station area. I'm not allowed to indulge on who the client is, but they're a global company, a global software company. We were contracted to install drywall and ceilings on the 3rd and 4th floors, a total of about 64,000 square feet. We had as many as 52 crew members at one time working on the project. And
it's beautiful. I'm getting goosebumps. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That ceiling is so pretty that I would learn technology just to go hang out and look at it. So.
No, we would go in and go, are we working for the right people? Like, in the right industry? Like, this place is phenomenal.
The bee's knees, and I didn't realize that many square feet could only happen in 2 floors. That is a very large project. Congratulations,
Yeah.
by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
We were excited. We were so excited to participate. I mean, just that project alone, of course, is going to create some trajectory in our business. So we are thoroughly excited. We can't talk about it until February. And so we're all just like,
right. Okay, so you're on the lockdown until February, but who can you talk about for folks and our fans?
So yeah, you just showed a picture of the Savannah Arena project, which is another of our largest projects we've ever participated on. And both of these projects all just came on at the same time, back starting in this past December. You know, we went through 2020 with a very light schedule, you know, just not that much going on. And in December, it was like someone turned on a light switch and said, hey, we need for you to work on your 2 largest projects ever. So that photo is the exterior framing of the Savannah Arena project, which we were partnered with Kobe Enterprises, who is a Savannah-based drywall firm. And Kobe and Tony Phillips have been fantastic. We were also awarded the drywall scope in the entire arena.
Whoa, that's huge. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so you can imagine the deck levels, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, because that's, again, for our viewers, you know, a house will take up quite a bit, but you're talking semi full of sheets of drywall. I mean,
oh yeah, and you know, metal studs and how difficult, you know, that is, and working with our suppliers and you know, getting that material in. And so yeah, it was a phenomenal event. You know, it was, and everyone is so eager to work and get it done. And yeah, so we're about 90% complete right now.
Oh my, I cannot wait to come out and visit and see an event there and be like, I know the people who created this artwork. It's amazing. Because, you know, you are getting these big projects, and that just does not happen because you're lovely and fun to talk to. It's because you do have a standard of excellence. Can you talk to me about how do you maintain that level and passion in your company?
It definitely has to do with our leadership model, you know, and our white glove effect, right? So again, I'm going back to, you know, 0 defects, and it's really getting everyone in the mindset to be proud of the work that they do, right? And so when you have that mindset going in, then I think then people really do their best, and to know that for me, yes, I'm going to come through with a white glove and make sure everything is plumb, make sure everything is, you know, is the way it's supposed to be. Like, put yourself in the client's shoes and the architect's shoes, right?
Yes.
So
I am so impressed with this too. And really, something that I think you're doing well is you're investing a lot into your employees. And so for folks watching,
yes.
Can you talk a little bit about, you know, there's training, but also the certifications and things that you offer your employees?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we make sure everyone is at least OSHA 30, you know, safety certified. This group of individuals was from the Atlanta Housing Herndon Homes Project. We hired about 8 to 12 Section 3 residents, and they participated on the project. And the first thing we decided that we needed to do to help them really participate well on the project and to create, again, a trajectory in their careers is to get them all OSHA 30 trained and certified. So, you know, and after that, it was just a matter of, hey, we want to pair you up with whatever other subcontractors are on site, and whatever interests you in terms of learning a skilled trade. So to become, being just a general laborer, to actually learning a skilled trade, that was our highest interest for those people. Yeah. And many of them did. We hired them and trained them how to hang and finish drywall. Several of them are on the project at Atlantic Yards, and so we're very proud of how of our training model.
Yes, and you should be. And actually, really, if I could handle the humidity, I'd come out and I would work my way up for your company. I'm enamored with and this big format stuff you get to play with. I mean, it's fun. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Teams. I mean, you're dealing with different folks, and it's just, I don't know. I'm jealous, but so I love that you have employees. OSHA 10, thank you forever. Everybody should take OSHA. Hey, if you're a fan right now watching this and you haven't taken your OSHA 10, take it. Everybody should. It's really valuable, especially if you have kids. Get your kids for OSHA 10. But so, you're teaching these skills, but there's more to learn than just like safety and how to use tools. What is the importance of the entrepreneurial skills in this industry?
Sure. Yes. I'm not. Okay. All right.
Name and password, I think, is going to on the mode.
Okay. All right.
This guy.
Can you hold on 1 second?
No problem.
Now. Sorry. Thank you.
Hey, it's a good transition. We're all learning on how to work virtually. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hey, it's all right.
I'm sorry. Okay. What was the question?
So going back to, the importance of skills outside of just the tool skills, but the importance of entrepreneurial skills.
Oh, right. Yes. It does take a certain personality. You've got to have the perseverance and the persistence and the creativity and how to adapt to stressful situations. And, and to be quite honest, starting out, it may be months before you get a paycheck, right? And so, in the Harvard Business Review article I read several years ago, it said starting out, you might not want to quit your day job first, right? So until you have, sufficient credit, you've got a good credit history. So there's a lot that goes into entrepreneurialism and having the appropriate soft skills. So one of the aspects of our training is soft skills, right? How to communicate effectively, and that's a big part of it.
I completely agree because, it's not like you take your first job and you just start making money. We're freelance artists and it takes a minute to actually get there.
Yes.
So, okay, but I want to encourage everyone, really, are you breathing? Come play with us. We want you to join us. This industry is amazing. So can you please tell me a little bit about your work with the Atlanta chapter of the National Organization of Minority Contractors?
Yes, so I've been involved with NAMAC for about 6 years now. I'm the executive director of the Atlanta chapter, and we have about 80 members. It's a trade association, one of the oldest actually in the country. And there's about 21 chapters across the US. It's headquartered in Washington, DC. NAMAC is about 52 years old. The Atlanta chapter is, I think, about 50 years old. And it's a trade association dedicated to minority construction business owners. They are our priority in terms of advocacy. There are other members, though. We have major local corporate partners like your tier 1 general contractors, also architects, engineers, really anyone who touches the construction industry. But even more so, we have a workforce training component called iConstruction. which is a pre-apprenticeship program. Again, we target young people from really elementary school all the way to college level. And we also have a student chapter that focuses on college students in particular who may have an interest in being a business owner in the construction industry. So yeah, NAMAC is fantastic. Of course, like any other trade association, its primary focus is the networking piece. That's what NAMAC is. And with construction being a relationship driven industry, it's important that, our members are out in front and everyone is aware of what they do.
I love this so much. And I'm bummed. Like, oh my, the resources you're providing, because really I've seen some of the most brilliant, talented folks leave the industry because they don't know the business side and they don't have the network to join. So would you mind saying the website? First of all, I would love to know your website, if you wouldn't mind, for our fans. And then would you also have a website for this amazing organization that everyone should check out?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. My website is 360specialties.com. And then NAMAC, the National Association of Minority Contractors, that website is NAMAC, NAMC Atlanta.org. It is a 501c3.
Perfect. I hope we crash the internet with all of the traffic our fans drive to that area. And real quick, so October 18th through 25th is Inclusion in Construction Week, which again, are you breathing? Come join us, please.
Yes.
Are there any events planned to promote this in the construction industry?
Yes. We just got this information last week. So I know that this website will provide, will be the resource for the information on what particular events that they'll be having. But we're really excited about it too, and NAMAC becoming involved. And so it looks like several of the major, I call them tier 1 general contractors, have come together and created this week of inclusion. So I'm really excited about it. And I'll be, in touch with the website as well to understand, what's going on with it. So I think there's this push. And I tell you, since January, since the entire history that I've been involved with NAMAC, we've had more tier 1 general contractors join NAMAC than ever since I've been involved. So we're really excited that they have come on board and want to get to know us better.
I absolutely love this. And for folks who are interested and also follow along with the website, constructioninclusionweek.com is where you can find out more information on those events, October 18th through the 25th, which is October really does a good job celebrating construction.
Yeah.
So five to death. And then so Angie, thank you so much for joining us for lunch.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a great time. It's wonderful. Yes.
And I cannot wait to tour some of your projects in person the next visit I have out there, because oh my, they're gorgeous. That ceiling is amazing. And,
absolutely.
Yes. And it looks like so we actually have a viewer question this week coming in asking about my necklace. And it's not my necklace, these are actually my earplugs. I was teaching my itty bitty kids how to teach, and I'm always safety first.
Yes.
And I, honest to goodness, kind of forgot I looked like this before I turned on my camera for lunch. So I also got my fancy earrings that are actually, right? These are they are Empire levels. They Empire.
Oh, how cute!
Made me my own.
Yes.
I am personal fashion is what it is. So. Angie, again, I am so happy that I had the opportunity to meet and hang out with you, and I cannot wait to spend time with you in real life.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that also. This has been wonderful.
Awesome. No, thank you again. And so for all of our fans, if you have any questions, you can always check out SEPCA.org, but also the websites 360specialties.com, as well as NAMEC. Is it org or .com? .org. Please check out these websites.
NAMECatlanta.org.
NAMECatlanta.org. Done. Perfect. Please check them out because they're full of amazing resources. And Angie, that's it. Thanks for hanging out for lunch. And for all
Thank you, Kayleen. Yeah.
you enjoy your afternoon. And for our fans, thank you for tuning in. Next week, we will have another fabulous guest. But if you want to check out all of our lunches, you can always see them at sepka.org. So Angie, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great week.
Thank you. You too, Kayleen. Thank you. Take care. All right. Bye.